I never believed in ghosts until this happened to me. It was an ordinary afternoon, the kind you don't expect anything unusual to happen. The sun was high, the neighborhood quiet, and my compound filled with the sound of splashing water as I bent over a bucket, scrubbing little shirts and socks. My children had grown tired of playing, their eyelids heavy with sleep. Gently, I carried them into the living room, just a few steps from where I worked. I laid them side by side on a mat and left the door open so I could hear them if they stirred. Everywhere was silent, except for the rhythm of my hands in the soapy water and the soft tune I hummed to myself. Then it happened. A figure passed by. Not rushing, not creeping, just walking. Out of instinct, I greeted, "Good afternoon." No answer. The person turned slowly, fixing their eyes on me. My breath caught in my throat. There was something strange about that look, too deep, too heavy, as though they carried centuries in their gaze. Without a word, they turned again and walked on. I shook my head, telling myself maybe they didn't hear me, and forced my attention back to my washing. Among the heap of clothes, I picked one particular cloth, my children's favorite blanket, the one I always used to cover them during naps. I scrubbed it clean, rinsed it, wrung it tight, and hung it carefully on the line. I remember that moment clearly because the bright colors swayed gently in the breeze, proof that it was there. Satisfied, I returned to check on my children. That was when my heart nearly stopped. There they were, both lying peacefully on the mat, covered with that very same cloth. The one I had just washed, the one I had hung on the line. My knees grew weak. I rushed back outside. The cloth was still hanging, dripping water exactly where I left it. Yet the same cloth, its twin, its shadow, I don't know what to call it, was wrapped snugly around my babies. A scream tore from my throat. I shouted, calling out, demanding to know who had entered my home, who dared to touch my children. No one answered. Instead, a cold wind swept across the compound, raising goosebumps on my skin. I darted outside, looking left and right, searching for the mysterious person who had passed earlier. But the street was empty, unnaturally quiet. Even the birds that had been chirping moments ago had gone silent. My children stirred, still fast asleep under that ghostly covering, their faces calm as if nothing unusual had happened. I stood frozen, torn between snatching the cloth away or letting them be. My heart raced with questions that had no answers. Who was that person? Where did the second cloth come from? Was it a spirit, guardian, or stranger? Till today, I cannot explain what I saw. All I know is that the wind that afternoon was not ordinary, and since then, whenever silence falls too heavily in the house, I feel that same presence watching. And I whisper to myself, trembling, I never believed in ghosts.